Hello, welcome to Here We Go. This lesson is our recap and exercise for our Capture Techniques chapter. We have 8 questions in total. Let's look at the first 4. Please feel free to pause the video and try out the patterns yourselves. If you're ready, let's look at the upper left first. By now, we have looked at more than a dozen patterns of capture, and you should have some feel for when a group of stones are short on liberties. Usually that means when they only have 2 or 3 liberties left and they are in a shape that are in danger of being captured. So for instance, in this first problem, these 4 white stones are short on liberties because they only have 2 left and they are not in a great shape. So as you probably already know, the correct answer to this question is this. First of all, it is a cutting point. Second of all, it is an Atari move against the 4 white stones. Last but not least, this creates a connect and die situation. If white connects here, black can capture. If white plays on the outside, then black can capture the 4 white stones. So this is a classic example of being short on liberties. Now let's move on to the upper right. It is white to play. In this pattern, it is these 5 black stones that are short on liberties. They only have 3 left. And once again, the correct move is the cutting point right here. In order to escape, black might want to try to capture this white stone and connect. But this pattern is a snapback. White can play here. If black captures this white stone, white can capture right back, like this. If black tries something else, then white will just seal off the exit, and black cannot escape. Therefore, the cutting point here capitalizes on black's shortage of liberties. Now let's look at the third pattern on the bottom left. In this pattern, the stones that are short on liberty are all of these stones. They all have 2 liberties left, 1 and 2. Therefore, this is another snapback pattern, and all black needs to do is to play this throw-in move. It also works as a cutting point. If white captures, then black can capture right back. Now let's look at the 4th problem on the lower right. We can see that these 5 white stones are short on liberties. So maybe it is a good idea to try to put some pressure on them by playing the Atari right here. If white connects, then these white stones only have 2 liberties left. So it might be a good idea to put more pressure on it and also cut it off from the other white stones. So black will play here. But now white can capture 1 stone. By now you should know that losing 1 stone in the process of capturing your opponent's pieces is no big deal, because oftentimes that's a good thing. That means your opponents are short on liberties if they capture one of your stones. And in this case, white only has 2 liberties left. So black will play here, creating a connect and die situation. If white connects here, black can capture. If white connects on the outside, then black can capture all of these stones. This is an example where black keeps on the pressure by making Atari moves and creating a connect and die situation. What if black plays here first, cutting white off from these stones on the outside? Then white might keep up the pressure on black by making this Atari, threatening this stone, and black can only connect. And now white can play this, capturing this black stone. And there will be no capture for black. So black will fail if the first move is here, because it fails to keep the pressure on white. Now let's look at a second set of capture problems. Please feel free to pause the video and try out the problems yourselves. If you're ready, let's look at the problem on the upper left. It is black to move, and the target is these 2 white stones. So when you're calculating, when you're trying to solve the problem, it is tempting to try the 2 Atari moves, right? So let's try that. If black tries the Atari, white will try to escape. And now white has a very solid tiger's mouth shape, meaning that white is connected. If black goes here, then white will capture. If black plays here, then white will connect, and white has 4 liberties. It is impossible for black to contain the white pieces. So what if black tries this Atari? Then white will connect. And once again, we have this diagonal move. It is a very solid connection. If black plays Atari here, white can connect here. Black goes here, white can connect here. So both Atari moves do not work. What else should we try? We try this, then white can simply play here, right? And once again, this is a very solid connection because black cannot occupy both points at the same time. This will always be an exchange, meaning if black plays here, white will play this. If black plays this, white will play this, right? Black cannot capture these 2 white stones. So this means this first move is wrong. So the correct answer to this problem is this. So if white plays here, then we have a capture by Atari number 2 situation, and white cannot escape. If white plays here, then we have a connect and die situation, where if white connects here, black can capture. If white connects on the outside, then black can capture the 2 stones. White connects here, then black can capture, like this. If it goes here, it's another connect and die situation. If plays the Atari, then black should extend to save this black stone. And now there are 2 cutting points, and white can only save 1. And white cannot escape. So we've tried, I think, all of the points that white can make in response to this black move. And all of them will result in at least these 2 white stones being captured. So the best move for white is probably to save this stone, connect. Black will capture these 2 stones. White will want to make use of the situation. So white will play this and let black capture these 2 stones. So these moves on the outside have some value for white. But what you need to remember is this correct move that you might see in some game situations. Now let's move on to our second question on the upper right. It is white to move, and the goal is to capture the marked black stone. So once again, let's try the Atari moves. If white plays here, then black can connect. Once again, we have a diagonal move, meaning black has a very solid connection, and white cannot capture the marked black stone. So the right direction for the Atari is this. If black escapes, then should we try the ladder? The answer is no, because there are 2 black stones here, and they will easily break the ladder, right? They'll easily break the ladder. So there's no ladder here. What else can we do? Is the net, because we have a white stone here. So you should think of a net when there's an extra white stone here. How does it work? Net move is this. If black tries to escape, then white should bend, leaving black with only 2 liberties. If black plays here, white does this, and this is a capture by Atari number 2 situation. Black cannot escape. Similarly, if black tries this side, this is a capture by Atari number 1 situation, and black again cannot escape. So this net is very effective in capturing black, and it makes use of this white stone right here. So this is another pattern where you might see in real game situations, and it is very effective for capturing this black stone and connecting the white groups. Now let's look at the problem on the lower left. Here, black is being cut off, and these 2 black stones are in danger of being surrounded and captured. So the goal for black is to capture the marked white stone. So if we try the Ataris first, if you do this, then white will connect. And there's not much left for black to do. If you play the Atari, white can escape, or white can connect. So this Atari move is ruled out. If we try this Atari move, then white can connect. And if black plays this Atari, then white can connect and escape. If black plays this Atari, then white can escape and place an Atari on this black stone. And for the purpose of this problem, white will be able to escape like this. So this means both Ataris are ruled out. What else can we do? What else have we learned from all the capture techniques? And that goes back to our very first lesson, and that is cut. Here is the cutting point. To respond to this, if white plays the Atari on this black stone, black can sacrifice this stone and place this Atari instead. This creates a connect and die situation. If white connects here, then black will be able to capture all three white stones. If white captures this black stone, then our goal is achieved because black has captured this marked white stone and achieved connection. If white responds here, then the result is similar. It's another connect and die situation. It's just that black sacrificed a different stone. If white plays here, then this will be captured by Atari number 2. White cannot escape. And if white plays here, it is a similar pattern. So playing this cutting point first will make a world of difference. Because if you play the Atari first, then this cutting point will be ineffective, right? As we saw, this is ineffective if you play it second. So this problem really tells us that Go is all about sequence. Playing the right sequence can make a world of difference. Lastly, let's look at the problem on the lower right. We are trying to capture the 2 marked white stones for connection. And once again, we see this tiger's mouth shape with these 2 stones. And by now our instinct should be the throw-in move. And this will be the correct first move, right? Throw in and Atari. And white connects. Now we have a few options. The first thing you might think of is the ladder. But here, unfortunately, white has a stone here that will eventually be ladder breaking. So if something will break the ladder, what do you think black should try? And the answer is the net. So black should play the ladder moves so that white only has 2 liberties left. But then black should also try the net. What if black tries here? Then if you're white, you can actually escape. How do you do that? You do not try these 2 moves, right? These you will die by capture by Atari number 1. So in response, white should play the Atari, placing some pressure on this stone. If black does Atari, then white can escape. So if black connects this stone, white can push through here while placing pressure on this black stone because this is an Atari. And black won't be able to contain white in this situation. Therefore, this net move is problematic. So what else can we try? So here, once again, we have an extra stone here. And this stone looks like this white stone right here. These are all setups for net. So what we should do is continue the ladder. But on this move, black should play here. And this will be a very similar move to the upper right, like this. These 2 are very similar moves. And down here, white cannot escape, no matter how hard it tries. So that is a squeeze and a knit. This way, black successfully avoided both of these white stones. So that is all for our recap and exercise for our capture techniques chapter. I hope you enjoyed all the patterns and all the techniques. Thank you for watching.